Hello, Meoni here, and welcome back to another video. This time around I want to talk about one of my favourite games of all time, Final Fantasy VIII, and in particular Final Fantasy VIII's Remaster, which is scheduled for a release. We currently don't know the actual date yet, or even month, but is set to release in 2019, so this year. And in particular today I was drawn to an article that novacrystalis.com ran, where they essentially posted translated details in this week's issue of Famitsu magazine, along with all of the Final Fantasy XIV stuff as well. So the original director for Final Fantasy VIII, Yoshinari Kitase, had a few interesting things to share regarding the remaster of Final Fantasy VIII, which will again be on all modern consoles, he says, including PC. So the conversation in Famitsu was translated by Silicon Era and BK2128 on Twitter, and novacrystalis posted this, so I'm just going to use their breakdown here with bullet points. Hiroshi Harada, the original battle programmer, Tomohiro Kayano, the character model designer, and Tetsuya Nomura are all involved in a remastered project, which is good to know. The character refinement quality is a result of having the original staff work on it, so the stuff we see in the actual trailer for the remaster with all those beautiful rounded off faces and all of those graphical refinements brought up to life is thanks to having the original staff work on it, which is absolutely mind-blowing if you consider how old Final Fantasy VIII is. Kitase says battle assistance is going to be added to the remaster. All of the other re-releases of the Final Fantasy games, be it on Switch or PlayStation or whatever, you'll notice that they sort of have like a fast forward mode and stuff like that, so you can expect that this time around as well. So one of the things that interested me was he says Chocobo World will not be included. Instead, the items you could get with it will be available through a special ability Renoa has. So originally in the game you would have this thing where you would have Chocobo World. Essentially it was this weird mode where you raised a chocobo and sort of controlled one. It's a very unusual thing. If you want to go and Google that, then by all means go and do that. But this is back in a day when Final Fantasy games were trying really weird things out, and Chocobo World is certainly one of them. So it's nice to see that they've baked that in as abilities that Renoa now has, rather than having to mess around with really weird minigames. Final Fantasy VIII, he says, was the first work that we've used motion capture on. At the time we didn't know how things worked, so we made the actor use a heavy gun. Looking back now, I get cold sweats thinking about any worst case scenario accidents that could have happened. Final Fantasy VIII has had its share of influence in Hollywood entertainment, be it a game screen shown in a Hollywood movie, or an offer we got last year from a major video game related film that wanted to use the gunblade. So apparently with those battle adjustments, like we said, we're going to have the option of triple the speed, that's confirmed. Combat is also enhanced. You can turn on max HP and ATB, which means you can always use your special moves, so similar to the Final Fantasy VII re-release. There's a no encounter feature, which is helpful for people who want to blast through it, and then there are PC only features, which include the ability to obtain all items, abilities, special moves and cards, the ability to maximize your Guardian Force level, your Gil and your magic, along with detailed customization options in system settings. So they're going all out for this, and it looks absolutely fantastic. This is much better than just a re-release. This remaster does look like a complete improvement. I'm personally happy that they've done away with the Chocobo World stuff, decided that it wasn't worth it, and baked that into Renoa's abilities. That's going to be fun to see. All in all, from what we've seen from this little trailer, I'm very hyped for this. Final Fantasy VIII is probably my favourite out of the Final Fantasy numbered titles, if I had to say one, and I'm very excited to play it this year. Either way, I thought this would be interesting to some people. I know some people in my community like Final Fantasy VIII just as much, if not more than me, so I wanted to share this. Thank you all kindly for watching, and I'll see you all next time.